All right, sneakerheads, animation fans, comic book fans, Marvel fans. We don't have the full enchilada today. Unfortunately, this is a grade school size, but it should be a good indicator of materials and look, color, vibe, etc. If you're interested in copying a pair of these on the actual release date coming up. So this is just a little look-see. I tried, like probably a lot of you watching this video, to get the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse shoes, the next chapters as they're calling them, as Nike's calling them, not they, on the shock drop this previous week. I was, unfortunately, wasn't able to cop in my size, but I was able to cop a big kid size. Now, before you rage in the comments, I'm not going to flip these. I intend on hopefully giving these to my nephew once he grows, gets to this size. Could be a couple years still, but he's a big Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse fan, so I'm hoping he likes these in a year or so when he can fit these still. So I'm not flipping these. These will be a gift. So this was the only pair I was able to cop, unfortunately. Like I said, I was on them a little bit, but something about, I think, like I'm like most humans, most of you out there, you get the chance at something, it's hard to resist just because it's so rare when you're like on top of it, when you get access, when you get there's a shock drop. It's a Jordan 1, it's a Chicago-ish colorway, color scheme. It's hard not to cop. So, I'm a big Into the Spider-Verse fan. I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm a little bit more of a DC guy, but I am a comic book fan. I am a Spider-Man fan, and I loved Into the Spider-Verse. So, we're gonna get into if you like these, should you pay resale if you miss out? We'll get into that discussion further on once we take a look at these. I have some thoughts on like what you should pay, what you should not pay. So yeah, but for one, like, I will start off with saying, like, these aren't going for a ton. If you're looking at reselling these, like, just skip. Let the people who want these get them. I know that's generally the case, but I'm a realist. I know people are out there to make a buck. It's tough out there. If you find a $50 bill on the ground, you're gonna pick it up. If you find a $100 bill on the ground, you're gonna die for it. So I'm a realist. That being said, with these, just there's not going to be a ton of money to be made on these, so just let the people who want them get them. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to do my official thing where I usually read off the thing. Before I do this, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. It takes a second. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Watch some of my old videos. Give it a like if you like the video. Check out my Instagram, Lowheat_fancy_pants. I post pretty shoe pics. Give that a follow too while you're at it. Thanks. All right, we got the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Special Projects SP, maybe Spider-Man, in GS for grade school. This is in University Red and Black. 7 Youth. Again, my nephew is not that size right now. I assume he's going to grow into this eventually, and then I'll give him to him. We got the OG regular Jordan 1 box with a Nike red logo branding like you would on a typical Jordan 1 box. But let's see what's inside. Nothing special in the packaging. I think this is the same for the adult sizing. Maybe they get a different box, but you would think the kid sizes, if anything, would get a special box. All right, we got this. These are nicely wrapped, individually wrapped, in case you're wondering, but with a tissue paper, not that plasticky paper you got on the Gore-Tex Jordan ones. So different wrapping. You get a Jordan sticker in this box. Jumpman logo. Let's unveil these. Ooh! Just about everything that we open on this channel, or in general, you open right away, better in hand than the pictures. The pictures just don't, speaking of like animation and 2D, 3D, pictures just do not get all the details of different textures. And here, right away, you can, like, in hand, I can see the different textures more prominently, and it's just better. Like, I think in a lot of pictures, people are hung up on this ankle collar, right? This ankle collar, just people weren't vibing with the washed out effect of it. But I don't know why more people didn't like talk about this. Like, people in the industry didn't do like 2 seconds of Googling. You know what? And like, obviously, they're not true comic book fans. You know what this all is along the upper ankle collar and the eyelets here, or the eye stays? That is, these are Ben Day dots. Let me check that really quick. Yes, that Ben Day dots. He was a son. Well, it was actually Benjamin Henry Day Jr. He was a publisher and an illustrator and printer, and he was the son, obviously, Ben Day. And this was a process that was used heavily in the mid 1900s. It's weird to say 1900s. Anyways, it was used a lot in printing and printing of comic books to show it was a cheaper form of getting shading and colors. So you'd combine cyan and yellow to get like a green, and you'd all be similar dots, uniform dots like this. And that was a method of printing comic books back in the 50s and 60s, early 70s. And it was just a more cost-effective way of doing it. And the Into the Spider-Verse movie featured that across their animation style. Very stylistic, used multiple different styles, and I assume the sequel will also utilize that technique in some of their illustrations. So it's just pulling from the way comic books actually looked back in the day, and then extrapolating upon that, using that as a design cue for the shoe. So a lot of people like just didn't call that out, which I found like interesting, and clearly haven't seen or read old comic books, or were too lazy to Google for 2 seconds. So there you go. That's what you get on this channel. You get 3 seconds of Googling, more than some of these big outlets and big shoe YouTubers and big unboxers. I have zero production value in my video, none whatsoever. I have a ring light and a tripod and my iPhone. That's it. I do not edit much, if at all. No graphics, no music, no nothing. But I do Google for 60 seconds before I hit record. So there you go. And I do, like, if I'm going to cop this shoe, I do know a little bit about comics. Okay, so I wanted to get that off my chest. Okay. Back to these being better in hand. In hand, you can really see the reflective surface here is like multicolored. It's almost got that tint of rainbow iridescence to this. What is this? God, I've used so many different words. I'm blanking. What is the? Oh my God! Everyone in this comments is like shouting. I'm gonna get back to it, but you got a leather toe mudguard and toe around the toe there. You got some soft suede here, a little bit hairier, and then you got some really smooth shaved suede. I don't know, it's not quite nubuck, but different suede swatches here. Really kind of goes with the cell shading, the 2D animation style they used in the patent leather. God, it's dying there. Patent leather hits right here, and on the swoosh. You get iridescent patent leather right there along the top of the ankle and the swoosh. Very cool. Kind of like it. Actually. And the patent leather right there. But yeah, it really lends itself to the animation style that's used on these Into the Spider-Verse movies, which I think is cool. The logo here, the Wings logo, does look like it's just printed on. Doesn't... I mean, it's kind of debossed or embossed slightly, but that's more just raised because of the paint. It's not like the leather is stamped at all. You got a kind of a very stiff, almost stiff nylon tongue to it. You got the Nike Air hit on the top, slightly different than your usual Nike Airs that go around. I don't know how different this is. It looks slightly different to me than other Nike Air on the tongues of Jordans. And on the bottom, you got this translucent red, almost gum rubber. Apparently, it's supposed to be glow in the dark. As you can see, I just unboxed these, so these haven't been exposed to light. Maybe I'll do a YouTube short showing off the glow in the dark feature. You got a sail cream midsole, and yeah, that's about it. Let's see if these come with an extra set of laces. They do not seem to come with an extra set of laces, which is a little disappointing. Nike Air on the insole there. Sometimes they make kids shoes. I've noticed the toddler sizes, the baby sizes, the grade school sizes. Like, I feel like the craftsmanship is not on par with the adult sizes. The quality usually seems the same. They use the same swatches of leather and materials, but the construction and the craftsmanship, the quality control seems to be lesser on the kid sizes. It is harder, I would think. I'm not an expert in shoe manufacturing, but dealing with smaller pieces, I would think is harder to do. If you try to do anything like mini, like any sort of artwork or cooking, you got tweezers, fine motor skills. It does seem harder, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like, why spend all this on quality control when like parents don't care as much about their kids? These kids are going to outgrow these, get them muddy, get them dirty. So why are we going to spend so much time and money on quality control? A little extra glue there. But I have noticed, I feel like anytime the lady gets a grade school size in something rather than a men's or a women's, it does seem just like more shoddily made. Can't really tell with these too much. It's a little disappointing these don't come with extra laces. I think they should come with a red and a white pair. But, I won't be able to try these on, obviously. For resale prices, like, should you, like, first off, yeah, I was like most people. I was pending forever. I had these, I was trying to check out, never got them, didn't get them, unfortunately. But when these drop, should you go for them? You should really only go for them, I think, under a few circumstances. You really like Spider-Man and Marvel, and the Spider-Verse movies. If one of those three are you, that's fine. If you're a big Jordan 1 fan, most people are, but like if you're like a collector of Jordan 1s, if that's your thing, go for them. If you missed out on the Chicago ones, Lost and Founds, go for these. Other than that, if you're like a reseller, only kind of like them, I would not. I would not go. If you're not a Spider-Man fan, or if you're a reseller looking to flip these, I would not. I do not think. I think these will creep up over time. It's a Chicago colorway. Like, you might want to compare these to the first Into the Spider-Verse Jordan 1s, but those were more solid color pattern, more closely in tune with a regular Jordan 1. They had the blue outsole, I think, or maybe not. But they were just closer in line with a Chicago Jordan 1. And at that point, they blew up because the Chicago Jordan 1 hadn't been released since 2015. Also, the movie took off and was really good. I remember not trying to go for those, and they all sold. I was an idiot. They sold out immediately, and started creeping up. I do think these will creep up over time, just because it is a Chicago colorway, and that is like very coveted. But think what the Lost and Founds are right now. They're like anywhere from like 400 to 600. These are not going to surpass that, right? So if retail on these is 200 already, they're never going to go more than a Lost and Found Jordan 1. They may creep up a little bit, get to the high 200s, which is what they're at now over time. But like, that's not just worth the investment. I don't think these will ever be a $600 pair of shoes. So therefore, just let the people get them who want them. I'd be surprised if they even got up to 500. Maybe. I could see the kid sizes kind of going more than you would expect for kid sizes, because like kids may want these. The smaller sizes might go up, but no parent's ever going to start paying $500. Like, not many parents are going to pay $500 resale for their kids to have these. So there's a cap. There's a ceiling on how high these can go for kids. Just because eventually, even though there might be high demand, there might not actually be a ton of processing sales once they reach a certain level in price. How many parents are shelling out $400 for a pair of shoes their kids can outgrow? There are probably some parents here, especially in LA, but across the world, not that many. So, really like these though. They've grown on me in hand. I don't like them more than the Chicago one, the Lost and Found, of course, and that's from a Spider-Man fan. I really wish people would know the inspiration behind these, not just that this is just like some kooky design, or maybe it's like, oh, animation from the movie. Like, this is a pointed reference to Ben Day dots, which Roy Lichtenstein, famous American artist, used in his pop art. And this was a printing technique used in older comic books, and they employ it throughout the movies. So that's what that's a nod to. I really like these. I don't think these get a nine. These are not in the nines. Did they make an 8? I don't think they make an 8, but these make a really high 7. Like, can't go wrong with a Chicago-based colorway. And love the movies. Love Spider-Man and really like the movies. Well executed movie. Haven't seen the new one yet, but I will be seeing it. I'm hopeful it's good. So let's give these like a 7.8 out of 10. Even yeah, 7.8 out of 10. That seems fair. Like them a lot. I think I'll be trying to get my own pair in my size. I'll be trying to get a pair, but I'm not going to be going crazy for them. Like, I don't want to. I wouldn't want to double up for myself on these. I'd want my one pair, and I'd be happy to get one pair, rock one pair. Yeah, like them a lot. 7.8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you think about these. Did you cop? Are you going to try to cop? What do you think about the movies? Yeah, really like them. Especially like this outsole, this like gum outsole, translucent outsole. Pretty dope. And I think the kid sizes make great gifts too for any parents out there, uncles, aunts, whoever wants to get a pair of shoes for someone that they know, a fan of the movies. I think this makes a great sneakerhead gift to someone else. Really dope. Pretty. I think, like, do I like the first ones better? Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's me because people hated on these. Maybe it's me like being the contrarian, trying to defend something people hated on. But these are growing on people, and they definitely have grown on me. Um, uh, could this be better executed? I don't know. He's gonna be wearing Jordan 1's, Chicago Jordan 1's in the movie. Like, these are his shoes that Miles Morales is wearing. So I don't know. I really appreciate the different materials and looks to the materials in hand. It just doesn't translate in a photo, in a product image. So I will say that. They've grown on me. 7.8 out of 10. 7.8 out of 10. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe here. We'll catch you next time for another unboxing.